Hello, welcome back guys. We're going to jump straight in today with two of the most predictable lines in British beer culture. Cask is warm and flat, and keg is soulless and fizzy. If you spent more than 5 minutes at a beer festival, a craft tap room, or a pub with a camera sticker somewhere, you've definitely heard one of these phrases shouted, usually with extreme conviction. And yet, here we are in 2026, AI rates tasting notes, breweries are aging lager in whiskey barrels, pastry stouts exist, and still, somehow, the cask versus keg debate still refuses to die. It's like a zombie, it just keeps coming back. Today we're having a look at the history, culture, flavour, and the drama to answer one question. Why won't the cask versus keg debate ever die?
It's Monday, don't groan, don't fear. The bearded beer blog bloke is here. Talking nonsense, beard on show. Grab a brew and watch him go.
Cask ale has been around for centuries. It's a live beer, conditioning in the vessel it's served from. It's fragile, delicate, and alive. Think of it as a little beery pet. It needs care, attention, and skill to get the best pint. For decades, cask ale was just beer. Ordering a pint came with zero debate, no alternative, and no argument. Enter keg though. Cold, pressurised, and consistent. Suddenly breweries could serve a huge variety of beers that needed more carbonation or stable storage. Pubs could stock them without worrying about spoilage, IPAs became punchier, and sours could survive more than a week. Now cask drinkers say that keg is cheating. Keg drinkers say that cask is stuck in the past. Neither is wrong. They're just arguing from very different perspectives. But here's the thing, this isn't just about beer. It's about identity, culture, and pride. Now, people love to oversimplify the differences. Warm versus cold, flat versus fizzy. But the reality is more nuanced. Cask ale is alive and conditioned in the cask. It's got a softer carbonation and a warmer temperature. And this changes daily and sometimes hourly. And the wee equation with this type of beer, perfect pint equals magic, poor pint equals heartbreak. Now keg beer is kept in a controlled temperature and under pressurised gas. It's colder and more stable, and it's ideal for modern hop-heavy experimental beers. It also makes it more reliable, especially for busy bars and beer festivals. The key takeaway then is cask equals poetry, keg equals engineering. Both have unique advantages, and choosing one over the other often says more about your mood or philosophy than the beer itself. And yes, some beers are just simply better in one vessel. Hazy IPA on cask, hops collapse and the flavour dulls. Classic bitter on keg loses the softness and nuance. Now the cultural side is where it gets really interesting. The debate isn't just technical, it's cultural. So cask culture is rooted in British pub tradition, all under the influence of camera, to preserve the history and authenticity. Publicans have a bit of pride in the skill it takes to pour a good pint. It's almost a badge of honour. And you'll find the keg culture more in modern craft tap rooms, with hazy IPAs, fruited sours and crazy experimental beers. And the younger urban drinkers embrace these novelties more. At pubs, the two groups often orbit different taps, like parallel universes. They drink the beer, but they're not drinking the same culture. It's not about CO2, it's about tribes, identity, nostalgia and innovation. And yes, this can get emotional. People defend their favourite method like it's a political ideology. Why will the debate never die though? Well, let's break it down. People love sides. Humans are wired for tribalism. PC versus console, cats versus dog, tea versus coffee. Cask versus keg is just the beer version. Both styles are far too important to disappear. Cask equals heritage, identity and tradition, while keg equals modernity, reliability and experimentation. New breweries are keeping this debate alive. Every year, breweries release both immaculate cask bitters and neon-coloured double IPAs, so comparisons are inevitable. Of course, drama does fuel the scene. Debate keeps pubs interesting, breweries innovating, and drinkers engaged. And lastly, it's not really about the beer. It's about comfort versus novelty, nostalgia versus hype, tradition versus modernity. Beer is the excuse, debate is the outlet. Some days, nothing beats a perfectly kept pint of cask bitter. Soft, balanced, gentle, and creamy. Other days, I might want a punchy keg IPA, cold, sharp, and bursting with hops. The fact that we can choose either, or both, is a core part of what makes the UK beer scene so brilliant. If we stopped arguing about cask versus keg, we'd lose one of the most entertaining, ridiculous, lovable aspects of UK beer culture. So what about you? Cask, keg, or both? What's your go-to style on each? Do you think this debate will ever end? If you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe for more deep dives into the craft beer scene. Cheers and happy debating!